time to start a new chapter.
Bundle Paramount Plus with SHOWTIME.
Now show me what you can do.
Stream it all in one place.
Hello, Misty. It's been a while.
New job, new day. I'm not the same guy that I used to be.
Oh, what a shot!
I think I'm in love.
Stream Paramount Plus with SHOWTIME. Bundle and save today.
The new NBA season is here, and literally anything is possible on the court this year. And if you're ready to make a bold pick, BetMGM is the place to go because they're giving new customers 100%, yes, 100% risk-free shot at the action. Just sign up at BetMGM, use bonus code KG1000, and your first bet is totally risk-free. Yes, risk-free, up to $1,000. Yep, I said it, 1,000. Crazy, right? Whether you want live bets, futures, player props, or you're gonna throw down the big-time parlays like the big ticket, BetMGM got it all for NBA fans this season. And then they've even got boosted odds specials on some of the biggest games from coast to coast. Look, BetMGM is also called the King of Sportsbook for a reason. And all you gotta do is download the BetMGM app and use bonus code KG1000 when you sign up. And you'll get to place a first bet risk-free, yes, risk-free up to $1,000. It's time to turn big plays into paydays, baby, with the BetMGM, an authorized gaming partner of the NBA. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's KG and the truth. We back in it. KG certified. Let's go. Yeah, 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 yeah. What you think going on with Kawhi, bro? You think it's something lingering or something?
I'm concerned.
We was concerned last week. We're really concerned this week.
I am because he's already been off a year, only played 2 games.
Man, that's crazy.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's prevention or just the knee is degenerate. I don't know because he's been
precautionary.
Right. We don't know. I mean, he's been dealing with injuries now for like the last 3-4 years. Yeah. So it's a major cause.
How old is Kawhi?
31. Started when the injuries start adding up, and then you start getting in your 30s. You don't heal like you used to.
And I've heard things that he's super precautionary too, though. If you look back when he was with the Spurs, I think he took a hit from teammates or at least stuff that was coming out. Then I was trying to get like some in-depth information on it. It ain't a lot of information out on him. They just say he out and preventative.
But you know what? I've been thinking about this too. You know how we say like, we don't hold Kawhi accountable enough. Because him being at the status that he is, we mention him in the same breath of LeBron, KD when he's at his best. But then how we talk about Anthony Davis not being available. We don't put Kawhi in that group because think about his last 4 or 5 years. He's missed about 2 seasons. Always out, ain't really put a lot of games together, but we never talk about that. So I don't know if it's the way he's injured or the way Anthony Davis is injured because, he goes up and maybe it's a leg or a finger.
You think those two have a parity? You think those are parallel?
Well, I truly believe that something's truly not right long-term with Kawhi. But, who knows? Because a lot of stuff is under the table.
I don't think he and Anthony Davis are compatible.
Well, we don't say nothing about him always being in street clothes. You know what I'm saying? How much of Kawhi have we seen? We love watching Kawhi. At his peak, he's one of the best in the league.
That's what we're saying. When he's at the best.
Yeah, so it's like, we want to catch him on the court with this Clipper team. Think about a healthy Clipper team with Kawhi.
This just went in, though, P. This just went in, though. He ain't have all this, coming up to this. These just happened, I think, the last couple of years. Before then, he won in Toronto, came to Clippers.
Remember in San Antonio, he sat a year out.
Yeah, we ain't gonna dig that far. That's far. He's still young.
Through the course of his career.
I get it, but you talking about? I think it's a little different with him and AD. You know what I mean? Just the way it be coming off. Man, Kawhi, arguably when he's healthy, is in that conversation.
We got him up there in the conversation. He's the best 2-way player in the game. He's been there.
Facts.
So you just gotta wonder. You don't want to see it.
No, definitely don't. I'm just wondering what's going on with him. That's why I asked the question. And I think it's, like you said, I think it's more to that conversation than they want to actually let in. And I think we as fans is going to have to sit back and just watch, man. I'm ready to see the Clippers full throttle, though. I want to see their whole team, 6 to 10 games, with a flow, who's coming in and out, rotations. John Wall, he's going to start, he's coming off the bench. Like I'm ready to see the flow of the game, man. I'm tired of, man, I'm sitting back watching. I'm telling you, Pete, it looks upside down. All the teams we thought were going to be like great teams are coming out with boom, boom, and it looks great on paper. Man, the teams that we ain't got no expectations, they the ones that's bringing the energy. You think I
think it's starting to be a change in the era.
You think it's a transition, eh?
I think when you have no expectation, when you see all these young, talented players come in, we moving into a new era. We starting to move on from the era of KD, LeBron. These guys carried the league for a lot of years. Now this is the era we starting to see Giannis, Joker. Steph is still in the era, but then
we're in the Steph era. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that's coming to an end pretty soon.
We're in the Steph era.
It's coming to an end, and we're at the end of the Steph era where it can last like a few more years. Yes.
Yeah, we're in it.
But we're at the beginning of a new era.
Of the Giannis's, the
Zions, the Giannis, the Luka,
the Zions, the
Zions, the Embiids, Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The writing was on the wall, Nash getting fired. I think the writing was on the wall, and just like, man, to have this type of talent on your team, to be a first-year coach, it's a lot of pressure that come with it. But then, to his credit, like, think about this. He only got to play with Kyrie and KD, like a full-strength roster. They only all played together, like, I believe 15, 16 games. And you getting fired. But at the end of the day, if anybody gonna be the scapegoat, it's gonna be the coach more than the player. What you think about that?
Man, it blew me. If I'm being 100, man, it blew me, man. Because let's just say the last 2 years has been total distraction.
Yeah.
It ain't even been about
it ain't been about no basketball.
All the shit that's now seeped into the locker room, man. You know what's crazy? You said this on that. Remember when this first with the Draymond situation when we was talking? And you was talking about how things are built. You brought this up. You made this a dope-ass point on how if you not built it with cement and not built it with adversity and being able to have your core be in there and withstand punches and withstand scandal and all this,
it's gonna fall apart.
Not gonna fall apart, but you can survive the blows. Your franchise can survive. Your team can survive the blows. Yeah. Golden State, they momentumed off of that, right? Right. We saw it. It really wasn't no big crack. They made a big deal, but then we moved on, right? They're on their ways, right? They're in the team flow, doing what teams do, right? This is the perfect example of that theory and what you was talking about. Brooklyn started the year with no foundation to begin with arguably your best player already trying to maneuver.
Checked out.
Or checked out before you even come in here.
Not like basketball-wise, he wasn't checked out. He gonna give you what he gonna give you, but it was just awkward.
We're not seeing the same KD.
Yeah, it's awkward when you come and you playing for a coach you don't want to play for.
It's hard coming into a place where you're not passionate. We know Lord to be a basketball guru. Let's keep this 100. Not only can he score the ball, but he's an IQ. He's a basketball holic. He's one of the ones, Pete, that me, you, Rondo, KD, fucking Bron can sit down and we'll have analytical IQ about the game and schemes and all that, right? I think we all of that. When I see him play, he doesn't look like that. Like I saw him first half yesterday, and he was playing like not selfishly mad, but he was like going for mine. Yeah. He wasn't calling the picks. He was rejecting. He was going base. Like he was taking on two on ones. Like that ain't flow basketball. If we know winning basketball, winning basketball. Everybody touching it goes around, pick and roll. You got continuity, and that's what I'm saying, yo.
I think with Brooklyn, it's just so much distractions around the organization that had nothing to do with basketball.
And they're not built for scandal. That's what I'm saying.
When you talk about KD wanting out of there or the things that Kyrie is dealing with off the court, it's too many distractions for them to come together. So, how can they even focus on trying to be a contender? Because when you put two guys of that caliber on the team, you expect expectation. Right. It's hot, but it's just too many other things that's going on.
I got to ask the question. Is it time to blow Brooklyn up? Steve Nash gets fired. Hold on, before we move on, do you hear who's going to actually fill Steve Nash's shoes?
The rumor is Ime Udoka. So look.
It's a cold world.
I mean, you talk about a coach who's already been. So now you got what they. It's like you adding on to what they. It's like, man, this is a soap opera. They need to make this.
You beat me to it.
This
dog.
is a soap opera.
Dog.
We need to keep a close eye on Brooklyn.
Man, I gotta get back. Man, what is going on? What is going on?
This is one of the biggest soap operas in recent memory that I can think of.
So, if you're Udoka, do you take the job?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Why not? If they want to give it to you.
Opportunity.
Yeah.
And he's proven.
I mean, he showed that he's one of the bright young coaches in the league. So they want to give it to, and he's been there before.
Let me ask you
so
this.
He has a relationship with the players.
Got you. So in signing him, are you disrespecting the situation that he's left in Boston? Because some people are going to be like, oh, he didn't really clean up this here. Like, you're going to have that, right?
I'm sure Brooklyn doing their due diligence. You know, I mean,
it's public perception at this point.
I mean, yeah, at this point, you know, you deal with what happened within the organization. Did he do anything illegal?
No, I got that.
But it's also morals.
Got you. That
comes in with an organization, and so they, you know, that's the one thing you look at. But it wasn't illegal what he did. No, from what we know.
Hell of a coach.
So, you know, you just have to move on, put it behind him, and hopefully, you know,
everybody can do the same.
Everybody can do the same.
Do you think he can come in and actually bring a change into this team?
You know what? I was talking to one of my boys yesterday. So say you bring in Udoka. So you put him with a coaching staff that
ain't his.
It's not his in the middle of the season. That's hard to do. His coaching staff is in Boston. So now you come into a coaching staff that's not his coaching staff. Do you implement a new system? And how do you do that? Because you don't have the practice time. So if I'm Brooklyn, I would wait until the year's out.
Stay with the interim coach.
Stay with the interim coach. See what John Vaughn can do. You know, because it's hard to bring in a new coach in and have a voice and change a system or go with already what they was doing. It just don't make sense to me.
Because then let's play it out. Okay, we get to the summer now. Other teams gonna fire their coaches. Some coaches gonna get fired. Some gonna get let go. That number changes when he becomes free agent or we get to free agency. So,
yeah. So do you sew him up now?
I actually think that Brooklyn should stay with the interim. Stay with Jacques Vaughn. I actually think that they're going to actually make some moves. I would hate to actually break this up, but I think the writing's on the wall. If you don't go with a new coach, I think you wait till the end of the year, Pete. It's going to be really bad.
So I think one of the reasons you bring in Ime Udoka is a
reboot.
No, it's not. When you bring him in, it's to try to salvage what's going on.
Yeah, you're trying to smooth it out.
You're trying to salvage it.
Yeah.
Because if you're him, you want KD and Kyrie there.
Absolutely, it helps everything.
Now, if I'm Ime, I don't want to come in and then we trade them. I don't want to be in a rebuild situation when I'm coming off a team that I built into a championship caliber team. He's there to try to salvage it, and that's the reason you bring him in. You know, at this point, it's not about X's and O's and systems. So it's about trying to salvage this situation.
So bring him in. And then in the summer, he'll deal with his staff and all that.
Absolutely.
That's a good point. You know, I don't really like getting into off-the-court shit, but at one point, bro's a distraction. I hate to say this, I love Kyrie, man, but yeah, bro he kind of being a distraction right now.
I mean, it's always been that way.
Oh,
okay. It's not even right now.
So I got it. Yeah, every time. So, right. Didn't want to play with Bron.
You know what you getting with it.
That's what I'm saying, Lord. Don't nobody want that.
What you getting from
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't know if you can trade him. Don't nobody want that coming.
But you know.
I don't want to go into this. I don't want to go, but bro, you gotta. Lord, he gonna be out the league. Look, it hasn't been great in Brooklyn for him, and he's a Jersey kid. This is supposed to be like his coming home. I don't want to go into this because it frustrates me on some personal level. Because he can be so much greater, bro, if he just focused on the basketball. I don't want. But bro, that's the real reason over there, bro. Real shit,
Absolutely.
man.
If I'm KD, I'm feeling like
if you KD,
my
what you
legacy, like I'm looking at my legacy, and that's the reason I feel like he tried to demand change because he sees the writing on the wall. He saw with James Harden and Kyrie, and he's trying to really add to his legacy. His legacy is secured, but if he want to be mentioned up there, he gonna have to make a change.
You had KD you had KD.
I really thought the move this summer was trying to get back to Golden State for him. I think that was the move. It just didn't go through.
Listen, I can't.
That would have been the move.
No, man, I can't say that.
That might be still the move.
I love
with the way. We can record this.
No,
look,
okay, we can record this. Yes.
With the way,
get this.
The way the teams vote right now. If you're Golden State and Brooklyn, do you trade KD right now for Poole?
Man, no way. No way. You seen Poole bag? Man, Poole got a bag. I didn't even know Poole bag was that deep. Poole got the.
Right now, you could get a KD to pair with Steph for the next 3.
I'm not giving
the
up.
Trade is Poole, Wiggins.
No, that's all the future.
Kuminga.
That's your future.
Right now, we don't want a future. We want to cement now.
No way.
We want to cement.
We can do it.
Steph Curry's.
We did it.
Prime. We want to continue his
prime. We're doing
prime.
it right now. They did it. They did it with this team, and I wouldn't give up no pieces because you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna ride off into the sunset with this young group, and then the young group gonna be strong enough, more mature. And they're going to go through the grind, and then they're going to carry this on, bro. If they can keep Poole, Kuminga, and Wiggins together with Wiseman, man, I wouldn't trade nobody. I love the Golden State Warriors. I love the makeup of them old, middle, and new.
No, I love they got a good team, but they struggling right now. They can't win a road game.
Every team going to struggle. Every team going to hit that ice, that black ice, where you're going to be sliding and going to slid.
All right, listen.
You got a chance. You trade Kuminga? Hold on.
I'm saying our window with Steph right now is 3 years. We could probably win 3 in a row if we get KD. You gotta go with that. You can probably win 3 in a row.
I gotta go back to the Toronto series. Nothing's given, bro.
I like my chances adding KD with Steph again and Draymond.
Not with the future. Then you look up and you dead in the future. You ain't got nothing to invest in the future. You gotta
start over someday.
No.
You gotta start over someday.
You can still win it with this youngins though. You did it last year, and you got Wiseman. Lord, Wiseman gonna make a lot of. Listen, every team gonna hit a switch.
So you banking on Poole and Wiseman becoming all-time greats?
Man,
when you got all-time greats in Steph, you gotta extend Clay.
How many years KD got?
Man, KD got at least 5 good years.
5?
Steph probably got 3 to 5 good years.
5?
Man, what are y'all saying?
2 to 3, bro.
3 to 5.
2 to 3.
You know why? Because
that's a young man's league, Lord.
Man, the way they
young
shoot
man's
the ball,
league,
the way they shoot the ball,
you seen
the way the refereeing is, the way they shoot the ball, everybody's career is extended. Look at LeBron at 37, still dominant. Come on, dog.
You tripping? He on the juice, man. You think KD gonna go 5 years like this?
Yeah, 38. Look at his body, dog. He built like Bruce Lee and KG.
Stop.
Like he can go forever. Come on.
No, man.
Dog, he can run forever like a gazelle.
Now he gonna win, but are you talking about get to him, ha? Nah, like
when he's 39, he still can average a dub.
Man, you totally disrespecting the league.
He can average a dub at 39. LeBron's 38, averaging 27, dog. Come on.
You know what? You know what? I don't really hear a bunch of. I don't hear a bunch of talk about the Milwaukee Bucks, who have recently replaced the Celtics as BetMGM's favorite in the East, and they're playing without their second best player. Yeah. And they are in the best rhythm of any team. And Giannis look like he's mad again. Giannis look like he's trying to win an MVP, or Giannis looks mad again. Let me say that. He looks super, super encouraged and motivated. Give me your take on the Bucks.
First of all,
give me your take on the Bucks.
Giannis should feel disrespected because over the last 4 years, he's been the best player in the league. I'm just saying. In the last 4 years, the regular season, to me, in my eyes, like, yeah, you got Joker winning MVPs.
Right. That's totally disrespectful.
But I feel like Giannis is the best player in the league when you look from top to bottom, both ends of the court, the level he's playing at offensively and defensively. He's the best player that you can count on night in, night out to consistently dominate. And we take that for granted. We take it because we've seen it every year now. We take that for granted.
I wouldn't say take it for granted.
Well, we look up and we're like, oh yeah, Giannis, what he had tonight? Oh, just 31 and 15.
Oh, 42 and 15.
Oh, another night.
Yeah.
Come
I
on.
don't though. I appreciate that.
But like when we see other players, like when Ja Morant get that, you like, ooh, did you see? You see the difference?
But he's growing though, and
Yeah,
there's different
that's
stages.
true. Yeah, that's
Ja,
true.
and I'm telling you, Ja got star power.
It's just another
Ja
day.
got star power. Ja is a prophet. Ja is here from the God sent from up above, from Isaiah, from the point guards of gods. They sent this Ja Morant, and this kid walking around with star power.
He ain't the Greek god.
No, I'm talking about he's the Ja God. He's Jehovah. You understand?
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Ja got the gritty. He got young kids popping. Got motherfuckers doing all type of shit. And man, when you influence kids outside of basketball, when they dressing like you, talking like you.
We're talking about the Greek right now.
I know we are, but I'm talking about the presence of the league and having star power and compatible to Greek. That's what I'm saying. He is one of the. Listen, first off, I appreciate him and how he come every night. It's consistent, and that's his brand. I am not shocked that they are where they are, 6-0. I am not shocked. Milwaukee is 6-0, and I am not shocked. That kid has always got a chip on his shoulder. He always plays like he's trying to prove a point on something, and he's always including everybody else. He's doing this without Middleton. That's another. What's going on with Middleton?
That's why I'm like, right now, I think he got to be the favorite for MVP right now.
Yeah, I would say
early.
that.
You know, it's early though, but if one guy can keep it up for the rest of the season, it's him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's him.
What you think about Cleveland? You been watching Cleveland? This without Garland.
I like that team. They scary.
You know who I forgot was on there? LeVert and Spider together. Who you choose it? Who you gonna douse? Then them twins down there, them twin towers. I forgot them. You feel me? And then you got Kevin. I forgot Kevin Love is on there. Man. I was looking at Spider's input with those three that was already had like a nucleus, right? But tell me what your thoughts on Cleveland early. They 5-1.
I mean, that Ed and Donovan Mitchell gave them a like thunderbolt lightning jolt. And without Garland, he's been carrying them. And people always question Donovan Mitchell if he could be the best player on the championship team. But I look at it different, this team, than Utah, because he don't have to be the best player every night.
He don't.
Because they got two other all-stars. You know, they got Garland.
Big
Allen
Big
was an all-star.
Yeah, Big
and
Mobley.
then like guys like LeVert can carry the offense. And then on any given night, Kevin Love can have a great game.
Yeah.
And we just saw that.
Evan Mobley,
So
don't forget about Big Fella.
I mean, so he don't have to be the best player every night. But is he their best player? I believe he is. Yeah. And this team is built to make a long playoff run, I believe.
I hope they keep this together. I would love to see how this looks in like 3 or 4 years.
They remind me of the actually, they might be a better version of the Memphis Grizzlies, of that young team. This is all what I'm talking about the new generation taking over.
Right.
The transition. Do we look at Cleveland like, no, not before, but do we now? You better watch out for them.
They coming.
You better watch out for them.
They coming, yo. They listen, I said this at the early ends, and I didn't really dig into it. But I just thought that, man, Cleveland got, I don't even think the world knows that Cleveland had 3 All-Stars. And you've been probably hiding under a rock if you didn't know that. But then you add this, listen, man, Donovan Mitchell reminds me of like that Jimmy Butler. He has like star power qualities where he hits big shots. Man, I don't think we really remember how big and clutch he was in Utah with just not just his range, but shooting big shots and all that. My question mark with him was always consistency. Can he keep it up? You know, that's always my biggest question mark with any of the kids that I feel like star power. It's like we talk about with Giannis. You know his brand, you know what he brings. I love him in Cleveland. And Cleveland is a sports town that would get behind a guy like that. You know what I'm saying? He's playing with a lot of confidence. I love Cleveland. I think they're going to be higher up than what most have given him. He's on his way. And I look at him as getting into the star power of himself. He's confident right now. I love how he's playing. I don't want to keep harping on, like, you know, the coaches and all that shit, but, you know, some teams have had some slow starts and shit. With the firing of Steve Nash, do you think this puts coaches on notice that have had slow starts?
Yeah, I mean, think about this. It depends on your team, truthfully.
Because you could have did Steve Nash before the season if you was going to give him 7, 8 games, right? If you wasn't going to give him 20 games, you should have did this. What you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that.
Well, you got to give him a shot to see what transpires, especially when you got a team with expectations. So when you got players of that caliber, you expect nothing but championship contention when you got guys like KD, LeBron, Giannis. So when you don't get off to the start that you want, the pressure ain't never going to be on the players. The scapegoat is always going to be the coach. We seen that too many times. Come on now.
I said that to say, is someone like Darvin Ham in trouble because of the Lakers' slow start?
Well, no, I don't think. You give Darvin, this is a first-time head coach.
Okay.
You give him a shot. He's still learning as he go to be a head coach. And his players respect him.
How much rope do you give him, though, P? I think the Lakers just got their first one. They still ranked 29th in something. They damn near last in a lot of the categories.
I mean, look at this team, how they build. What did you really expect from the Lakers? No, seriously, though. You got LeBron and AD and Westbrook, but coming into the season when we all sat down, none of us expected the Lakers to even make a top 8 seed.
That's true, but that don't mean they don't have any expectations. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't have no expectations for them. I mean, look at what they did last year. Yeah, they was injured, but they older. Right now, they can't really shoot the ball real well. And these are facts. I mean, truth is truth.
Facts.
I mean, truth is truth. It's not me being a hater. Look.
That's the truth.
I mean, truth is truth.
So, P, the Suns, another team you thought that their window had closed and thought they had whatever. Since then, though, they went 5 in a row. Big fella hurt his ankle. But for the most part, everybody's there. They're going. Cam Johnson playing unbelievably. I love how Chris Paul and Booker are leading the whole ride. I don't know. They beat the brakes off Golden State when they came in there. Yeah. They're, as much as you want to believe in them, then they'll go and do something else. But
I did say that I believe that the Phoenix Suns window was closed because, well, there's a number of things. I thought the Robert Sarver cloud was hanging over them, maybe with Jay Crowder talking about, I don't want to be here, I want to get traded. I thought he was a key piece to what they was doing. And also, with Chris Paul getting a little bit older, with him being your second best player, how much do you ask or how much responsibility do you give him? But if they have these young guys who are getting better, stepping up, then yeah, I mean, their window can still be open. But I think, what can I say? I thought, this team would take a step back. Obviously, it's early, and we still have yet to see. And so a lot of things have been questioned about Booker. Can he eventually take the next step? He's definitely showing, he's a high caliber player and an MVP candidate. And so, we have yet to see, though. We have yet to see, but, maybe I took them for granted because I thought the opportunity was there for them the last 2 years. And, when you have those opportunities, how a championship window can be. It can be short.
Very short.
And so, but we'll see. Maybe it's still open.
They look good, man. I actually think Chris Paul is their third best player behind Booker and Big Fella. Aiden, they're the future. I think you can still add pieces to that roster, too, to make it better.
A lot hinges on the improvement of Aiden.
Facts.
Of Aiden. Yeah, I believe that's their number one pick.
Yep.
If he comes into that, becomes that player, then, okay, the window is there still.
And he shows signs, too.
But, and me saying that, Tick, I felt like I said that the window is not closed permanently for them. I said that as constructed because obviously they got young stars.
Yeah.
And you can still build around that and, get to say where people are talking about, okay, this is the team of the future. But and also the reason I said this is because there's so many other teams in the West that got better.
Facts.
And then the way they went out last year in Game 7 of Dallas, and they got better. Memphis is going to be up there.
Yeah.
Golden State is back.
Yeah.
And so, and when you see teams get better, Minnesota added some pieces. So that's the reason for me saying that.
Yeah. I actually think Phoenix going to be in there, man. I actually think I think Soda's in a transition where they're trying to figure them out. I think they're trying to understand. Minnesota looks
trying
like,
to figure out who they are.
Minnesota looks like they're in that transition.
You know what I see from them, truthfully? I think I see kind of like a power struggle with the stars. You know, is it
Versus
Karl
continuity
Towns
versus continuity?
Yeah, but is it Karl Towns' team? Is it Anthony Edwards' team? It's looking like kind of like a power struggle. And sometimes as young stars, you got to be like, all right, look. One of them got to give way to the other one. Like Paul George said, when Kawhi is there, he's the guy.
He had to stand on that.
He's the guy. And so I think they're in that phase to where they're trying to figure that out. And once they figure that out, I think the roles will become more clear.
How do you come to that understanding? You guys sit down. It's a flow thing.
I think one guy's got to be the leader. Who's the leader? I think Karl Towns or Anthony Edwards. They got to be like, you know what? This is our guy.
Right. That's Towns though. Towns is the guy. It's his team. I feel like.
I mean, the way you look at this team, who's the guy to you? Is it Towns? Is it Edwards?
I'm saying it's Towns. I'm saying it's Cat. I'm saying it's Cat's team. And
okay.
His supporting cast is Rudy Gobert and Ant-Man.
Okay.
And it starts right there. I think everything is going to start with Cat and finish with him. So on both ends, I think they're going to ask him to play defense just like he's going to be asked to put the ball in the bucket.
So
I think a lot of this is that I think having Rudy Gobert, I think they don't have to work as hard on defense or they don't have to be committed, because you got the, big fella down there. Where this is when you actually lock in more. Guards can actually get up on these guards and push them to big fella.
But
you know what I'm saying?
That's the other thing with them. I think like who's the leader? Is Towns the leader? No, yeah, seriously. Is he the vocal leader?
No, he's not. I see what you're saying.
I mean, because think about this. Last year they were good. And people forget how valuable Patrick Beverly was in that locker room, a voice. So now, who's the leadership? Who's that voice? And the guy who's out there holding people accountable?
Right.
That's big in every locker room when you're trying to achieve something. You know that.
That's huge. And
so
I felt like
when you take that away.
And I felt like Minnesota had a bunch of like scrappy dogs, like the Torian Princes and the Vanderbilts and the Beverleys. That was and Beasley. Those are scrappy players, man. Those guys play hard. They on the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like to replace that grit, man, is something else. Yeah, I didn't look at it like that. Yeah, I can't identify that on Minnesota's team. Not right now. I don't think.
And that's the thing. I think that's what the difference is.
Yeah. Jimmy Butler's still showing some belief and truth in what they do and believing in the Heat. I told you, people, before we even started today, man, I felt like a lot of teams that we expect to have continuity and have flow are just starting off with, first off, ain't nothing perfect and nothing's going to be perfect, but you think that these teams that's been together for a while actually should start off a certain way. What's your thoughts on the Heat?
I think what Jimmy Butler said is very important to the Miami Heat culture, first of all.
Yeah.
Because, when you look at, before the season I said, all right, Miami's going to be a top seed in the Eastern Conference. So when they get off to a start like they got off to, it's important for Jimmy Butler to establish his leadership.
Yeah. 2-5.
Because we know they 3-5. They had a big win versus Golden State. So
3-5.
Yeah, so Jimmy has to establish that again.
Yeah.
He has to let them know, look, guys, we got championship aspirations.
Right.
Regardless of what our record is now.
It's early.
Yeah, it's early, But that's important right there. Him coming out and saying that is very important.
Yeah.
And so, we question whether their window was open. But, when a leader come out and talk like that, you got to be like, all right, as a team, you got to respond because Jimmy Butler is the unquestioned leader.
Right.
I have nothing. Jimmy Butler is proven.
Facts.
His playoffs, the things he's done in this league is unquestioned.
And I think it reboots guys. I think it rekindles. It makes you, because you got some guys that don't want to let the rope go and start to believe in what's the obvious, right? When you got to understand, it ain't no particular way on how it go. You may start off rough and end up smooth. It can start off
we saw
great.
that with the Celtics last year.
Absolutely. So,
but a lot of things. The reason I said that is because when you lose a piece of your grit, like
PJ Tucker.
PJ Tucker, that's a big piece
That's
to
a
a
huge
championship team.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, that's leadership, that's grit he adds. And unless you have some of these other younger guys step up and get better, you know, then that's a big loss.
What you think the Heat is going to need to be able to keep that thing, or to be able to perpetuate themselves, to be one of the teams in there?
For the Heat to be talked
Healthy.
about back in contention, it's
Gotta
got to
be
come
healthy.
from your health and your stars.
Facts. Tyler Hero.
Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo. These guys have to play at an all-star level.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about them being contenders again, they got to be consistently great for them every night.
Kyle
And then
Lowry.
everybody else will fall in line.
Yeah.
They got the pieces. I mean, you got coaching.
Yeah.
You
Culture.
you got leadership.
You got culture.
Yeah, you got the pieces.
Got all the pieces.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
and
just
so they just got to get that hunger back.
A lot of it
You
too
know,
is on
they
Bam.
gotta get that. They gotta get the hunger where they're consistent every night.
A lot of their growth too is going to be on the emergence of Bam's
Yeah, he gotta
progressiveness.
be all-star form, like
It's
I
going to
said.
be Tyler Hero's progressiveness. How good those guys get is going to really determine how good Miami can be for
but they
the
gotta be.
future.
Those guys gotta start with them, and they gotta be every night.
Solid.
Yeah,
Consistency.
absolutely.
Okay, yes sir. Y'all know what it is. It's K&P's BetMGM Picks of the Week.
Last week, KG took you 4-2. You were 2-4.
No, I was not 2 and 4. I was last week, but I was
Last
3
week,
and 1
so
before that.
Now the updated.
We're not talking about 2 weeks ago. We're talking about just last
So I'm
week.
5 and 5.
So now the updated totals. You guys are tied now, 5-5.
Yeah.
Here we go, NBA Picks of the Week. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Pelicans, Hawks. Lots going on. Brandon Ingram not going, didn't make the trip. That says a lot too. You know, I think this is just like a couple games where he had concussion protocol. So I thought it was just like you know how you go into it and it's cautionary.
Yeah.
You know, when it gets extended and go into more days, you know, that's more exactness to me, because that means you can't look at light and
This
you
is
really.
Pelicans at Hawks.
Pelicans
No
at
Ingram.
Hawks. I love the Hawks. Have you watched the Hawks? Hawks putting up a lot of numbers.
Yeah.
I love the guard combination. They've been playing great.
That's a good game.
Who you got? Who you got
I'm
in
gonna
there?
go with man.
Pelicans and Hawks.
I
Two
got young
teams.
Pelicans. The Pelicans look good to me, especially Zion is back. He looked good. He looking good. You know, he had a pretty good game against the Clippers when he came back, the first game back, and I like this C.J. McCollum addition. This team is very under the radar. Man, Atlanta, you know, I think they win games that you don't expect them to, and they lose games that you expect them to win. So I got to go with New Orleans on this.
Going with New Orleans? I love New Orleans and how they playing early, P. They look so committed to each other. Big fella look like he's in a, Valanciunas looks like he's in a nice, flow.
Valanciunas, that's another
Yeah, he's been playing like, they throw it to him a couple times and let him, they playing both sides of the ball, and then they got them little scrappy players that come in the game and keep the momentum.
Grand Theft Alvarado.
I love
Grand Theft Alvarado, that's what they call
But
it.
also, I love that these are two young teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are two future teams that have young stardom on both sides of the ball. I actually like the, Pelicans young team in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm going to go with the Hawks at home.
Okay, yeah.
Let's get it. So Blazers Suns Saturday.
Blazers at Suns?
Blazers at Suns. You remember when Dame went up to Big Fella at the line, told him, "You think they trust in you?"
What'd he say to him?
Man, do you think they trust in you at this line to hit these two free throws? I ain't got nah.
Hold on, is Dame even playing? Is Dame playing?
Dame out, man. He messed his calf up, man. Shout to Dame Dollar, man.
I gotta go with Phoenix. So no Dame. Gotta go with Phoenix on this one.
You going Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm going Phoenix. No Dame.
Yeah. But I love how Portland's been playing. I'm going Phoenix also. Yeah. But I love how Portland's been playing, man. They've been playing scrappy basketball. They just going, man. I love the emergence of Grant. I love how he's like implemented into this whole system. Simmons is actually having a good year.
With Dame Dollar. If Dame Dollar is not there,
they do.
they gonna be in dog fights every night.
They do, and I think they're expecting that, and I think they got the dogs to be in the fight.
Yeah,
so
in the fight, but without Dame, it's tough for me to pick them.
Yeah, it was some nights. I can't say, but in this situation, I'm picking the Suns too. So we got Sunday. We got the Cavs coming to see the Lakers. It's a 12 o'clock game, afternoon game. Cleveland in the house. Matter of fact, the Lakers' only win is on a Sunday. Who do you got?
Man, I don't care if it's Sunday, one day, Hyundai. Cavs. Truth is truth.
I'm also take the Cavs. You think the afternoon games, Lakers, is too early?
Maybe, man, I'm taking Cavs. I don't care what day it is or what.
Stop, man.
I don't care what day it is. I got the Cavs in this. Bet the house on it.
Stop, man. I'm gonna take the Cavs too. Run the tape. Run the tape.
Wait, I picked Eagles.
No, you gave me the points, Lord, and I said they double. That's double. Run the tape at this point, production. We'll wait.
Damn, wait, what happened?
This the part we run the tape. Hold on. Pittsburgh at Philly.
Look, so Philly 11-point favorites.
11-point
I'm taking Pittsburgh. If you giving me 11 points, I'm taking Pittsburgh. Give me them 11. Where that say? It's gonna be in Pittsburgh too? No. Or it's gonna be in Philly? If you giving me 11 points, I'm taking Pittsburgh all day. All right, that's fine.
It's just the luckiest motherfucker in the world, dog. Right back, they cheat. Listen, the Jets ain't no bitch this year, boy. They got a cornerback, he lock up Central. You hear me? He shut down.
What you saying?
He shut down.
He ain't shutting down Diggs.
Listen, man.
Ain't shutting down
Listen,
Diggs.
man. I'm just talking about the facts. The truth is what's the phrase? What's the phrase?
Truth is truth.
The truth is truth. Dog, Lord, lock up people. Man, he lock up people like he 12. Like he got a set of handcuffs on him, and yeah, you're locked up.
So
Come
you
here,
taking
buddy.
Jersey?
No, I'm listening. I'm listening to
I'm taking Bills. I'm establishing that early. I'm taking Bills.
No, I'm just saying the Jets.
I'm taking Josh Allen and Diggs early. Now, who you got? On the road.
On the road.
On the road. I'm taking it early.
I'm with you too.
I'm
just saying that the Jets are solid this year.
Yeah, they good. But
the Jets solid. They coming. You think the Bills are the best team in the NFL? And you think they're going to win a chip?
I do. When they went, and look, when they went into Kansas City
here we go,
and got that win, I truly believe that gave them the confidence that they can win anywhere. I think that team is going. I think Josh Allen is the MVP of the NFL this year. I think Diggs is the best receiver this year. I truly believe the Bills are going to win the chip this year.
You remember when you know how we talking about Ja Morant and how he be walking around and how he be. It feels like he's the best player in the league, just so how he carry and just.
That's Diggs. That's Diggs.
That's the whole Buffalo Bills team to me. Both sides of the ball got confidence. They both play with an edge. Like they bringing something different to them. They walking different. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
That's what they're making everybody believe, yo. So right now I would say they're making everybody believe.
I gotta go.
And that is Kev's and Paul's MGM Picks of the Week. Yeah.
It's been weeks since leaving Tars Lamora for good.
Plot a course.
That dream of finding a place where we can be accepted is becoming real. You know where I came from?
Not where, but who. We're ready to take your orders. Captain.
Star Trek Prodigy. Stream with your family. Exclusively on Paramount+.